after a while. Say payday is coming after a while. Well, can I close my sermon? Y'all don't mind if I close my sermon? Can I close this little sermon about telling you about all this stuff right here? Can I tell you about you being a liar and a gossiper and a cheater and a manipulator, and the fact that you will never be free, and the fact that you don't deserve forgiveness? Can I get a witness in this house? Well, yeah, the enemy has accused you of all these things. And what happens is there are times when you go through stuff in your life. And what the enemy does is that the enemy will take you and the enemy will do this. Good God from Zion. Y'all that hear me in this house, you got to watch this, y'all. You got to see what I'm talking about. This is what the enemy will do. The enemy will say that you don't deserve forgiveness and that you never will be free. But even though the enemy will accuse you of that, God comes in and does this. God from Zion. Why y'all missing this, y'all? This is what God will come in and God will do this for you. Even though, come on, look at somebody beside you and say, neighbor, even though I've been accused, I've got my God from Zion. My God from Zion. Even though I've been accused, I still got mercy. The enemy knows that you have mercy. But what the enemy does, he'll come right back again and he'll work on your low self-esteem again. And this is what the enemy will do. He will go. Come on, somebody, don't miss this, y'all. He'll still tell you that you are a cheater. Can I get a witness in this house? Even though you got mercy, the enemy will come back again. Oh, my God. My God, my God. And he'll tell you that you are a manipulator. So now you're feeling bad about yourself. But what you got to remember is that in the past, God already gave you my God from Zion. Now, even though the enemy has already told you all that stuff about you, now God comes and says this. My God from Zion. Why y'all missing this? God says today that no matter what the enemy has accused you of, no matter what the enemy has said that you were, no matter what the enemy said that you've done, God said, I'm giving you mercy and you have been. Oh my God, so now you're feeling good about yourself. Come on, give somebody a high five and say, neighbor, I feel good about myself. Even though I was accused, even though I know I was a liar, even though I know that everything the devil said about me was true, but I'm feeling good right now. Why? Because I have been, and just when you start feeling good, the enemy comes in. And the enemy says what? Come here, Remus. The enemy says what? Now you are a gossiper. So now, even though you've got mercy, even though you've been forgiven, then the enemy now says you are what? You are a gossiper. My God for God. So now that you're feeling bad about yourself, come on, put that on top right there. Now God comes back and God refutes what the enemy says. And God now says that now you have been forgotten. Everything that the enemy said about you, God said, I forgot it. He said, I don't even remember it no more. He said, I cast it in the sea as far as the east is from the west. So no matter what the enemy may have accused you of, you got mercy. You've been forgiven. And God said, I don't even remember what. Oh my God, come on. I wish I had somebody in this place. So now you're feeling good. Now you're praising God. Now you're on your feet. Now you're blessing God. And all of a sudden, the enemy comes back. And the enemy says, no, even in the midst of your praise, you're still a liar. He said, you're a liar, you're a gossiper, you're a cheater, you're a manipulator. But God said, through the midst of all the wrong you've done, all the wrong you know you've done, God said, I gave you. God said, I have forgotten. You got mercy, forgiven, and forgotten. Come on. Can you look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, mercy, forgiven, and forgotten. Mercy, forgiven, and forgotten. My God, from Zion. Now God said, what I got to do, God said, you've been accused of some stuff. You done been accused of some stuff that you really did do. And the fact of the matter is, you know that you did it. And because you know that you did it, God said, now I got to come with the ultimate. God said, I got to come with the ultimate. God said, I don't want you feeling bad about nothing. God said, I'm coming now with the ultimate. God said, oh my God, if it wasn't for my... Come on, somebody. I dare about 100 of y'all jump upon your feet and shout, thank God for grace. If it wasn't for the grace of God, if it wasn't for the grace of God, I couldn't have mercy. If it wasn't for the grace of God, I couldn't be forgiven. If it wasn't for the grace of God, he never would have forgotten it. But thank God, thank God. Look at somebody beside you and say, neighbor, miss me with that mess. Miss me with that mess. I've had mercy. I've been forgiven. God forgot it. I got grace. God from Zion. Come on, get your neighbor by the hand. Come on, get somebody, get your neighbor by the hand and shake that neighbor's hand like you're going to shake it off and tell that neighbor, say, neighbor, you got to beware. Look at him in the eye, say, neighbor, beware of the stack attack. Good God from Zion. Say, neighbor, beware of the stack attack. Come on, look at you and say, neighbor, it's a stack attack. It's a stack attack. A stack attack. The enemy stacking everything up all on you at one time. You got pressure from this side and pressure from that side. But give a neighbor a high five and say, neighbor, beware, beware, beware of the stack attack. Good God from Zion, even though the enemy may stack up all of your wrong against you, God says you got mercy. Give a neighbor a high five and say, neighbor, you got mercy. Neighbor, you've been forgiven. Neighbor, you've been forgotten, and you got great. Now watch this. Let me show you one last thing about the stack attack. Give somebody a high five and say, neighbor, neighbor, beware of the stack attack. Now let me tell you how the stack attack works. The enemy will stack everything up. He'll stack all your wrongs up at one time. But one thing about the stack attack that the enemy doesn't know, that when God gives you mercy, when God forgives you, when God forgets it, and when God gives you grace, I can't even see what I've done. I can't even see. Come on, somebody. You can't even see what I've done. Give your neighbor a high five and say, neighbor, don't judge a book by its cover. He has erased everything that I've done. Don't see me for my past, because my past is hiding behind grace. My past is hiding. It's been forgotten. My past is hiding. It's been forgiven. My past is hiding behind mercy. Come on, somebody. Throw your hands in the air and say, miss me with that mess. I know I got a past, but I don't see my wrongdoings. All I see is grace. Been forgotten. Been forgiven. And I got mercy. My sins, I can't even find. I can't even find. And even, watch this, y'all. And even though the devil pulls a stack attack, even for your haters, even if your haters try to go through grace to pull out your mess, they can't even reach. They can't even reach your. Come on, somebody. You got to see. They can't even reach your mess. God has hid you. He, Psalms 91, He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow. Come on, someone say, it's a shadow. Come on, tell them about your neighbor. I'm under the shadow. Under the shadow of the Almighty. Grace shadows me. Forgiveness shadows me. And mercy shadows me. Stand to your feet all over this house. God from Zion. My God from Zion. The stack attack.